affect me. I do what I want to do. If they do or they don't accept me, they expect me to give up. I almost did. Things went from moving faster, slow motion. I was losing focus, stuck on that. It was smooth on the surface, but underneath it was broken. Hoping to find hope in this hopeless world we live in. What you give is what you given. Gotta make wise decisions. Gotta stay tunnel vision. Gotta avoid collision. Keep scratching the surface and keep your palms.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it now out of the gun. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll run it on the toss. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll go with the keeper. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, partner, they went a little conservative, didn't they? And they ended up marking it short. And now I wonder, will they even do it again on 3rd down?
It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical. Touchdown, Philadelphia! In for the score. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw now on first down. The 20. Throwing left side, it's complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. He's going to get it running right. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. 6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Gun! Set! 3-19! 3-19! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw toward the sideline. He will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And the kick by Elliott is good. So we've got, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Hodges. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And they'll run it here. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So that one will be accepted. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll set up a throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Back to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try and sneak it here. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Leopard! Leopard!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 67 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now a handoff looking right. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. gets this one through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go now.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Still a lot that can happen, but you think they get points on this drive, even if it's just 3. Should wrap this one up.
And you got to love their starting field position. So if you're the play caller right now, being on the plus side of the 50, you're thinking exactly what you're saying. Get 3, get out of here with at least that. But hey, you might have a chance to put 6 on the board and really take control.
And they'll go on the ground. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to... And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in for 6. And a forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Eagles. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Elliott now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. A strong running. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll set up to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Set! Blue landing! Blue landing!
They'll drop to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 15 yards through the air and a first down. He'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's caught outright by Graham. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Philadelphia, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.